It's the Schick Show. It's the Schick Show.
It's the Schick Show.
What do you want me to ask?
I don't know. You're
Oh.
there.
Well, how do you feel? How do you feel? Are you comfortable?
I'm pretty comfy.
Are you?
Yeah.
I mean, does this give you a hey? I want to hang out in here and just chit chat for a while.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Is it more the chair, or is it the whole ambiance, or is it just me? And you can be honest.
I think it's the ambiance
It's got a good vibe.
and Rocky.
Rocky does let you know. I mean, he says it. I mean, he even says, "Go for it." I mean, he says it right there on the thing. And if not, you can always look up to your left, and Rocky will give you another message up here.
Who's this?
So that is a wire sculpture that was done by a student of mine down in Madison. And so I had to choose. Eric Fagan would have me choose the art that was going to go to the art show. And so you just look at them. You don't know whose they are or anything else. And I'm just like, man, that one just keeps talking to me. It just speaks to me. And there's a specific artist that works with wire. Artist, and we'll Google it. The Google will tell us. Works with wire. So Alexander Calder. So it's an Alexander Calder inspired piece. And what he did was he tied it in with the Holocaust. So he did like this whole wall that was all these wire portraits. They were wire self portraits, is what they were. And above it had like the entrance into Auschwitz. So he created this whole art wall basically in one of our big hallways, and then all the students had their artwork in there, and they did this big study. It was just a huge unit on the Holocaust and not just the victimization, but also the art of the period, stuff like that. And Alexander Calder was a big one of those. What's really interesting though is over at our house in Muncie, Jocelyn has a wire sculpture like this, and it's professionally done. I got it from my parents when my dad died. It came out of their collection, and I'm curious if it is a Calder. I don't think it is, but I haven't had it checked out either. Eric's curious as well. He's like, it's professionally done. It's not like it's just some knockoff. It's well done. So
Maybe.
So, yeah. So there's a few things in here that are like that, just some. I like having the pictures of a family back there on the back, and a couple of them fell off the wall. But I'm getting more. I'm printing more of the pictures, just pictures I find and I like. I found a picture of my grandpa from 1922, and it was a gift to my grandma Toby, and it has stuff written on it that says this was a this was daddy. So it was given to my mom. This was daddy in April 1922. We started dating, or we commenced dating is what it says on there. We commenced dating in May, and he gave me this portrait for Christmas that year. And I want to find it in that collection of photos I have. I found the digital print of it, but I want to find the actual photo down in the tubs so I can print it out, and it'll go on that wall too.
So they broke up and then got back together, or they got married?
They started dating. The picture was taken in April.
Oh, okay.
They started dating in May,
Oh, okay.
and then gave him that picture. He gave her that picture during Christmas that year. I don't know what date they got married. But yeah, so it's just neat stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of me with your guys' dad sitting on a swing out at your guys' house, and
Where is it at?
I don't know. I can't find it, but I know it's somewhere.
I've seen that picture.
Mm-hmm. But I want that one up on the wall too, because one of my favorite pictures is me and your mom on the golf cart. That's one of my favorite pictures of your mom.
Is it up there?
Yeah. It's right up in the middle.
Oh, I think that might be my picture.
It might be. So
Is that the softball diamond?
I think that
Oh,
was
then
at a
it's
soccer
not.
game.
Then
Oh,
it's
then
not
it's
my
not.
picture.
It's a selfie.
I've seen the picture. Okay, it's
a
not my
selfie.
picture. Sorry.
Yep. So yeah.
Sorry, I tried to take it.
Well,
That's
I
my
thought
own.
it was at Jim's at first, and then I thought I saw a softball field or something.
Yeah.
I know I've seen.
It was out the
I've
soccer
never really
field.
paid attention to where it was taken at. I always thought it was at Jim's.
Okay,
Yep.
thanks.
You know.
What's the rock? I meant the brick.
The brick. Ah, the brick. That's a great question. So when they tore down the old, what just happened? Oh my! It just crashed. So I want maybe it didn't. So when they tore down the old fire station, uptown, I was living on Chestnut Street, and my mom and dad had a fire burning, like fireplace, not a fireplace, but a stove, a wood burning stove, and we had these rocks around it, like the white, quartz rock, pretty. Well, it doesn't get very pretty after you take ashes out of there a couple times. Now it's just black. So my mom hated it, and when they tore down the fire station, I rode up there on my bicycle in my wagon, and I started getting bricks. And I'm just randomly getting bricks that didn't need cleaned off. And then I noticed these bricks that had an M and an S as the maker's mark on them. My mom is Margie, my dad is Sonny. And I'm like, well, I don't know that when I was 10 I was going, hell to the yeah, but it was something like that, whatever 10-year-old version of me was saying. So I grabbed a bunch of them, and then I never had any. When Dad passed away, my brother Joe found that one in the house. And so I brought it home. But my brother Joe has one down in Texas. Joe is the keeper of all things. Like even the cuffed shirt came from Joe. I didn't have one. I didn't keep that stuff. And I'm sure my mom cut out the article about Bucket because I wouldn't have cut that out. So yeah, a lot of the stuff is, just like anything else, gifts or, secondhand. The Rocky poster came from Tom Harker when I took over his classroom. It was in there. And I'd messaged him. And he's like, nope, keep it. The Bob Ross thing was made by Fagin. The chair was made by students. This picture of the Huskers, the Hickory, or the Milan basketball team over here.
I didn't know that was Myland.
That's Milan. So that's the state championship team 54, I think was the year.
Sure, but
I'm terrible with that, but that came from my classroom when I can't remember his name now. He was a coach at Blackford for a couple years, but he had my classroom before me. So yeah, and then the Ball State guy was a gift. The Rubik's Cube was something that got taken away from a student. They never came back and picked it up.
so you stole it.
Didn't steal it. No, they just couldn't handle it, so it got taken away. I couldn't even tell you whose it was at this point. I have a kid in mind who I think it might be, but I don't want to say his name because then he'll try and get it from me.
No, because there's only 3 of us in this room.
Oh, that's true. But what about all my listeners?
Well, they can't hear.
They might.
They won't.
You never know. That's why it's the Schick Show.
It's the Schick Show.
Yeah, it's the Schick and Deb and Jennifer show today. But yeah, so just some stuff.
Awesome.
It's kind of like me. Just eclectic. This little poof over here, that's a sample for the furniture I'm selling now.
What about this little poof?
And that poof right there.
Have you sold any?
I've written a couple quotes. Yeah. So not big ones, not like, big sales or anything, but every sale's a big sale. It's important to the person buying it. So it's important to me. I'm learning a lot, that's for sure. Getting a lot of recording done right now too.
No, you're not.
You might be surprised.
I might not.
Well, thanks for coming on the Schick Show. Are you exiting the Schick Show? Is that what you're doing?
I am.
Okay.
I
Well,
got to exit the Schick Show.
well, thanks everybody for listening in. Debbie, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. And for the next time, we'll go from there. By the way, the Schick Show coasters were also a gift. One of my favorite gifts. that were given to me by Kevin Dodd. And he made these at his, do you want to tell me? It's Dodd's Etching
Dodd
and
glass
Engraving?
etching.
What is it?
Dodd glass etching.
Dodd glass etching. And my brother-in-law, Kevin Dodd, makes those. So if you need something etched, we've got some awesome like wine glasses. We've got these. He made a really cool jug for me that went with my 69 Chevy. There's a bunch of cool stuff he does. So check him out on Facebook. Anything else you want to add, Deb?
I don't think so.
Well,
Okay.
all right, everybody. She's taking the headphones off. I guess we got to end this interview. See ya.